Helga from Helga's Pennsylvania Cooking, and today is a collab video, and we're going to bring some really yummy stuff to you today. We're doing a collaboration on a stuffed pork loin with a side, and so mine today is going to be bacon and mushroom stuffed pork loin with a side of fried apples. So the collaboration is being done with Billy and Rhonda there at Strong's Adventures and MD's Country Cooking. So check out what they're making along with this. I actually already know what MD made with his, and it's out of sight. So I know Billy's will be too. So check that out when we put these out, and you'll have some new ideas. There are a million ways to do a stuffed pork loin, and I mean, some people will use nuts and maple and other things. I mean, it's just whatever you really like. But I love mushrooms, and who doesn't love bacon? And a little brown sugar and stuff. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this, and let's get to it. For the apples part, that's easy. I have some Macintosh apples, which I really like here to use for baking and cooking. Some brown sugar and some butter and some cinnamon. For the pork loin, I have portobello mushrooms that I'm going to dice up. I realized when I was showing you my ingredients, I forgot to show you the bacon. So you know that means there's going to be beautiful bacon footage coming, and it's going to be in my cast iron Dutch oven. Some diced onion, some parsley, pepper, sea salt, and garlic powder. And of course, these are the portobello caps, and I'm going to just dice them up real nice. And an added note, so when you get your pork loin, if it has the silver skin on it, which is the membrane, or the fat cap, you need to take that off. Alright, so in this case, you can see here, and all you do is take your knife up underneath and peel her off, which I already did. So that's gone, and you can see what we have here, really nice loin. And we're going to actually cut this down the middle and like a book, open it open like a book, and that's how we're going to stuff it. We have to pound it thin first, and I'll show you how I do that quick. So I've laid saran wrap down on my surface here, and I'm going to cut this lengthwise. So there's butterfly. Now I'm going to put another layer of saran wrap across the top so that I can pound this out. And knead it thinner, and then we can stuff it down the middle and roll it up. And all I'm going to do is use my pounder and pound her thin. Beautiful cast iron bacon footage. Ooh. Okay, this is pounded out. We're thin. So then we can get ready to stuff it, and we'll get over to where our bacon's cooking, because we're going to be using that fat to saute up the mushrooms and the onions and the other goodies. So I've tossed in my onions and my mushrooms. You want to get these translucent. And it doesn't take long. And I'm going to sprinkle in some garlic powder. And a little sea salt. Okay, you can see what that looks like. And I'm going to put that in a bowl so that we can go over and put it in our pork loin. So I took the bacon and added that back in with the onions and mushrooms and seasonings. And then we're just going to spread it over this, like that. And then we're going to roll this way. And we're going to pin. And then we're going to return it to the pan to sear. Pin side down so that it locks this in. Okay. And we're going to transfer this to the Dutch oven, and that's already warmed up, so we're going to be ready to go to sear it. Okay, so I'm going to put it in like this so that we sear that pin side first. Give it a good churn. Get this side seared. Now to the one side, I'm going to add some butter and some brown sugar. And my cinnamon. And I'm just going to stir it around in here on this side of the pork loin. Get that all caramelizing out. Get the sugar all melted in the butter. And then add the apples. And I'm going to give these a toss over here so they get coated in the butter and sugar and cinnamon mixture. Stir them around, chop them up a little bit. And fried apples or even baked apples with pork is very PA Dutch. Fried apples is a common side dish here in PA Dutch land. And on the other side of this beautiful pork loin, I'm going to add some red potatoes for a full meal. And there we go. Just look at that goodness. So I'm going to put a lid on this and put it in my preheated oven at 450 degrees for about half an hour. I almost forgot. I'm just going to throw a little bit of sugar over the top. And she's out of the oven. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Apples and potatoes are done, and this is done. So I'm going to let that rest. And you know what comes next. Now, before serving, you want to take out all those toothpicks you put in. And it's a good idea to count them before you put them in, so you remember how many you need to pull out. You don't want anybody getting surprised. But there you can see our tenderloin, and it's all nice and together. And now we're going to slice it and plate it, and then you know what comes next. You know what time it is? Taste test time. Just look at that pretty platter. It's got everything good on it. Got the apples over here and the potatoes and the stuffed loin. So I put some on a plate. I think I showed you. And this is pretty too. I mean, it's really pretty with all the goodies in there. But the truth is in the pudding. Or in the pork loin in this case. The goodies inside. Oh man. Yeah, it didn't take long to cook. Oh, the bacon. Has sweetness. Put some fried apple with it. Oh man, it's so good. The apple and the bacon and the mushrooms and the parsley. So there's a way to do a really nice stuffed pork loin. You know, mushrooms once again are a major PA product. We're one of the top 2 producers of mushrooms for the whole nation. These were local mushrooms. And local Macintosh apples. And pork loin was actually local as well. So, and so was the bacon, so it doesn't get much better than that. Very PA Dutch. Give it a try. It's something really nice. It makes a nice platter. It makes a nice presentation dinner, and everybody always really likes it. The meat is nice and moist. Can't beat it. So, that is my collaboration with MD's Country Cooking and Strong's Adventures. Our stuffed pork loin with a dish, side dish. There you go. There's dinner. Check them out. You won't be sorry. Like, subscribe, and join me next time here in Helga's Pennsylvania Cooking.